Today we have a story that comes from an individual that is 40 days clean, 40 days in his power, 40 days congruent with the divine and with the universe, and he is experiencing something that I, and perhaps you, and many of you have experienced when you begin to be very continent, very mindful, and very, very patient with the powers that manifest within you. So, the universe is you. You cannot cheat the universe because you are cheating yourself. Every single thing that you're observing outside of you is simply your own perspective of yourself projected outwards. I love it. It reminds me of the Kybalion. So within, so without. If you want to see a reflection in the world around you, you have to first smile into the mirror because you are the creator. You are the instigator of your reality. Have you ever, unbeknownst to you, I see the irony in that sentence, made your own suffering, right? Especially when you're in very impressionable states, first thing in the morning, late at night, maybe you're worried about debt, paying your next rent check, and you cause your own suffering. You hold yourself in this lower energetic state, and the thing you dread and fear comes to pass. You created it. You were crying in the mirror, and you're seeing the reflection. It came from you first. You have to first recognize this and realize this. Thoughts such as these come to you naturally, and they don't feel out there when you are retaining. For the simple reason that your own essence, the essence of who you are, starts to envelop your whole being. And since you are the universe, it starts to envelop the universe. It's a very interesting phrase and terminology he's using there in order to convey the experience that you will also get once you recognize the powers within yourself and learn to love and come in congruence with them. It starts with an emotional reaction. First, you've recognized that you do have the strength and willpower to go beyond a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the confidence as you start to break down previous ideas you have in your own head about what and what isn't possible. And when you start to destroy that narrative, a new one inhabits itself. These thoughts of what is truly possible as a creative start to come to you as this individual is experiencing. Benefits, you ask. The benefit is that you will understand you are the creator of your own reality. You want magnetism, you will it, and so it is so. You are that. I am that is another way of saying it. Those of you who are very familiar with the teachings of individuals like Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, magnetism, law of attraction, law of also coherence and assumption, recognize that you can never get the things that you want from a perspective of craving, of wanting. You just have to believe first and foremost that you have the thing that you desire. How would you feel in the moment if you had that raise that you wanted? Notice the specific biochemical reactions that are happening inside your body, the vasodilation of your very heart as you feel that ecstasy, that joy, that love, that gratitude when you become that. And that's how it starts. That's how the smiling starts before you see the reflection in the mirror. Same thing with magnetism. How would you feel if you were socially magnetic? How would you walk? How would you talk? How would you act? What would you sound like? How would you speak? All these things are the keys to reality creation, so within, so without. You must understand that when they say that SR makes you a certain way, all those people are saying is that they have allowed themselves to become the people they truly are. The analogy I always give is think back to how you lived as a child in kind of primary school, maybe when you were kind of like 8, 9 years old. How did you feel? Did you ever get neurotic? Did you ever feel depression or apathy? Did you ever feel this dull, mundane days? Were you blundering and bumping into walls? No, every day was an adventure. Every day was brimming with opportunity. So optimistic. That is the reality that you need to inhabit. That is the mind frame, that is the mindset that you need to fall in love with, that you need to re-establish within yourself, because this individual is finding it, as you will all find it once you start to forgo pleasure, say no to pleasure, and hold on to joy. The only thing that SR gives you is more of yourself, more of your consciousness. Your brain is a microcosm of the macrocosm that is the universe. Haven't you ever found that a little too coincidental? I could write about how great I feel in the three dimensional reflections of this reality feeding back onto me, showing me the greatness that I experience. But I'd be missing the point. Of course, the universe is sending me more of the experienced that affirm to me that I am becoming more of myself, because I respect myself now, the power of being itself, the power of God. This is why this is inherently spiritual. And I don't believe that you can truly understand and reap the full benefits of this practice until you recognize that there is something greater than yourself, that you do not end at your fingertips. The powers of God. I've constantly stated that you have the powers of creation itself. Not God in the egotistical sense of the word, but God in the awareness that all creative energy wants to do is create. And when I direct that creative energy from the crudest form of ejaculation to the highest creative form of quantum leaping into my desired state, I am creating all the time. I mentioned in a previous video this idea of timeline hacking or timeline jumping. What you are doing here is jumping up the channels to your higher self. There exist hundreds of thousands and infinite parallel universes in which you exist. Why don't you live in the parallel universe where you are your greatest self? You simply need to ask yourself the question, is this particular act of PMO, of promiscuity, of addictions to prostitutes consistent with that parallel universe? If the answer is no, then you are not living in that universe. You are born to be a creator, and you have found the fundamental tool in how to do it because it is the creative principle itself. All you have to do is let the creative energy flow through you. God bless you. God bless you, brother. Yes, sir. Comments here. The co-creating of reality is another way to describe it. Beautiful. Gentlemen, I believe these are not theories. I believe these are facts. And let us know down below your personal experience of timeline jumping and co-creating your reality. And if you subscribe to that, you can subscribe to me, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Take care.